I'm never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna make a joke this bad again.
And now for something completely different.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? I'm Team Kills, and what I like to do is make gaming easier and tell bad jokes, I guess. Now, this might be one of the deadliest jokes in Warframe. Definitely not the best. Maybe one of my worst jokes, but it's deadly. This is Operation Overkill. This is also what I've been doing every time Miss Nora Night tells me to go use a forma. Now, there is an absolute shit ton going on here, with options, of course, and this will work with Nova Prime. I just went with the normal Nova for the joke. Now, Nova can be a little glassy, so first thing is about keeping her alive. Down is one of the pets that you build from hunting the sisters, the sister bitches, because, you know, it's a dog. Anyways, sorry. Said I wasn't going to make worse jokes. The Guardian mod will make your pet boost Nova's shields back to 100% whenever it's drained. Meta-Ray will make you heal Nova's health whenever that's drained. Meta-Pet Kit will make your pet heal himself, and if for whatever reason he dies, the bleed out rate is longer, so you don't have to worry about it too much. You might not die though, because Shield Charger is going to increase Down's max shields by 60%, and it's going to buff its regeneration rate by 60% as well. Now, Synergize the Lightning Spark and Null Audit are by far the best sister bitch abilities, if you ask me. Synergize Prospectus has a pretty good damage, but what makes it good is that it bounces around 7 times and deals 100% electricity proc with every enemy that it touches, so it will kill or crowd control. Null Audit is amazing. How this mod works is your pet is going to steal any Eximus's aura and drain half their overshield while it does it, and then it's going to use that aura on all the enemies. And it wants to grab aura every 60 seconds, so it's always going to have something. Now, the best thing about this is whatever aura it grabs, you're immune to that. Especially when you run into those pain in the ass purple energy drain bastards. Now you're safe from the energy drain. The Akaten was an easy choice for me for the weapon, just because it's slash and puncture based, so I finally get to use rendering strike properly. I do like the slash animation, feels fitting that he just tears his enemies in half. Plus, I chose corrosive just to make things simple. There are no enemies that have any weaknesses to corrosive, but there are no enemies that have any extra immunities to corrosive either. Nobody likes an acid bath. Now, you are special. I mean, you is, well, no, screw it, you are special. You're special to me. Anyways, you, the weapon, is a Zaw made down on Cetus with the Kurpath head and the body parts from the Plague Star event. Now, because that's not going on right now, and you might not have that, I'm not going to obsess over the Zaw. I'm just going to say, try and get a pole arm Zaw so you can use the Boreal's Contempt. It's going to give you a bit more damage and some protection when you're in the air. Now, while you're in the air, I suggest you use Exodia Contagion, which allows me to throw this head of the weapon, which is about 5,000 plus damage, into the pack. And if it travels more than 30 meters, it's going to do 400% the damage. Now, Gunna and Let. Okay, it's going to take a while. You might want to get some notes, or, I don't know, subscribe, watch a million times. You can do that too. But this is a little tricky, so I'm going to slow down. Gunna and Let are designed the same, built differently, but will give you similar results. So Gunna is technically a crit gun, but it's status. I didn't want to choose. It's more crit than status, but you get a lot of status. Let is a full status weapon, 117% status, only 17 crit, but for no reason at all, you're going to see a lot of crits. If you put it in Gyre, Gray, whatever you want to call her, if you put it in her hands, in her 4th ability, when you get a crit hit, lightning comes down from the sky. When you use this gun with her, it's a freaking lightning storm. It's just a lot of crits for no reason at all. Now, I put residual Vermia on Gunna and residual Boils on Let. Boil does fire circles that explode. Vermia is poison circles that poison. When you have a Kitgun in your primary and your secondary slots, these effects, they tie together. Doesn't matter which effect you use, they will look like the same colors you were using before, but this is gas now. If you had ice and electricity, you now get magnetic circles. These circles confuse people. If you're using ice, the ice will slow them down and they'll be confused. If you're using electricity, they'll be shocked and confused. Whatever elements you want to use, this is just gonna work great. Now, Gunna has a stat build, but I'm usually running with the crit stat build only because of the crazy spread it has on the primary. It just dispatches and touches enemies so quickly. The Arcane Merciless goes on the primary, and Arcane Cascaded Empowered goes on your secondary. Now this will give you an extra 750 damage, matching the status type of whatever your weapon is. Now I'm not 100% sure if that's just for one status or if it's for every status effect, but because this is a 117% status weapon, my damage is at least 1758 a shot. Oh, and it's a beam weapon, both of them are, so it's no aiming. And on the secondary weapon, now you can finally use Magnum Force because no aiming. Now before I get too deep into Nova, I want to mention one of the arcanes first, and then I'll circle back to the other ones because they depend on the Helminth ability swap. But the first one that I use on both builds is the Theorem Delusum, the one that buffs your weapon. This goes on both builds. This will take all that weapon bonus shit that I just finished saying and shoot it through the roof. Now, on my first build, I wanted to focus on these weapons in her hand, so I put Mirage's Eclipse on her. Now with this build, you get a 366% damage boost for your weapons. Also 75% damage reduction boost when you're in the dark for 36 seconds. Kind of. Explain that in a second. But this is overkill. Now, there was a build that I was having way too much fun with, and I thought to myself, why choose? I have 3 slots. Marked for Death and Molecular Prime, they seem to be made for each other. Now, I did back off the power a little bit, only because Marked for Death caps at 150% of the damage that you put into your affected target will go out and damage everyone out in the area. That caps at your 200%. I also backed off the range and I minus the efficiency, pour all that into duration, because duration is what makes your 4th ability cover the maximum amount of area. It just goes on forever. Nova's Null Star is directly impacted by duration as well. 18 Null Stars is the max for 90% damage reduction on your health. This build will give you 16 for 80% unless you use Mult Efficiency. This is a special arcane if you ask me. It will give you duration in the straight time sense and in the essence sense. It's like mind and soul. On Eclipse, it will boost the timer from 36 seconds to 45. On your Mark for Death build, it will boost, you won't see it on your Warframe stats or anything, but it will boost your Warframe's duration, so when you cast Null Star, you'll have the max 18 Null Stars for 90% damage reduction on your health. Before I forget, if you kill groups of enemies with this gas gun and Marked for Death, every enemy that dies will leave its own gas cloud back to poison the next enemy walking into it. It's pretty effective. Now, I hate that word. Molecular Fission is a syndicate mod for Nova, and what it does is every time you kill a primed enemy, you get 2 Null Stars back. Doesn't matter who kills the prime enemy, whether it's you kill the prime enemy, your friend, a random, even in a crossfire, if Infested and Greniers, they are fighting each other and they kill one another, you get the Null Stars for every enemy killed. Doesn't matter who kills them, doesn't matter where they are. It's great for keeping your 90% damage reduction up on your health. Or you could just use Mult Augmented. This thing boosts your ability strength up to 250 times. You might want to just choose this one. It stacks throughout the level as you kill guys. Nothing really resets it. Unless you finish the level, I'm pretty sure you could die and you get back. I gotta be honest with you, I haven't died with this build yet. It's definitely not a brag. It's just everyone's moving real slow, really slowly, and they're really explodey. And I'm also protected, so I haven't died yet. It will happen. I guarantee that. Now, honestly, I don't know which one of these two are better. Marked for Death is more work, fun work, wet work, but Nova's Eclipse build just works too damn well. You don't have to think about it, don't gotta worry about anything, don't gotta aim, it's just overkill. Now, I cannot emphasize how much these two weapons by themselves can change whatever the hell it is you're doing. I haven't given it a full official proper testing, but these gas clouds melt freaking everything I put them in front of. Whatever you're planning, when you take this base frame idea into your playstyle, you're gonna have some fun. But on that note, that's all this was. Fun and a really, really bad joke, a really, really bad singer, but when I'm left alone, this is what I come up with. So anyhow, I really, really hope this helps. If it has, join the team of killers. Become a killer of teens. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments. It's one of the ways we could talk. Make sure you keep it easy in life. And remember, just keep gaming.